Okay, in number 5, we're looking for two positive real numbers, x and y. Look at that. They even told you what variables to use there, x and y, such that their product is 800, and we want to get the expression x plus 2y to have as small a value as possible. So they told us right here that these two numbers need a product of 800, so x times y must equal 800, and that's our parameter then. Now, moving on to step 2, what we're trying to minimize here is the value of the expression x plus 2y. Call that whatever you want. I'm going to call it e for expression. How about that? But whatever you want right there is going to be x plus 2y. So we want to solve this equation for one of the two variables and then solve it for the other one here. And really, this one's going to be about the same either way. Usually we like to solve that first equation for y. So I'll divide by x, and we're going to get y is 800 over x, and substitute that in right there. So e, strictly as a function of x, is going to be x plus 2 times a y value of 800 over x. All right, and we could maybe rewrite that as an x plus. Now the 2 times 800 is going to make us 1600, and rather than write that as over x, I'm going to write it as x to the negative first power, because you probably know what's coming next. Now we're going to go ahead and find the derivative of e of x, and writing it with a negative exponent is easier to differentiate. So the derivative of x is just going to be 1, and the derivative of that second term is going to be a negative 1600 x to the negative second. So there's your minus 1600, and x to the negative second becomes an x squared in the denominator. There's our derivative. We'll set that equal to 0 and try to solve that. Okay, let's bring the negative term to the other side. 1 is 1600 over x squared. Multiplying both sides by x squared, we just get x squared is 1600. And again, they were nice to us right here because we have to take a square root of a number that just so happens to be a perfect square. The square root of 1600 is going to be 40. Now again, it could be plus or minus 40, but they told us here that the two numbers have to be positive, so you can forget about the negative possibility right here, and we've got x equals 40. So that is actually part of our solution. The second part comes from the fact that y, if I remember this right, was 800 divided by x. Let me double check that. Yeah, right here, y was 800 over x, which means now that that's going to be, 800 divided by 40 right there. And let's see, 80 divided by 4 is just going to give us 20 then for our value of y. So we got an x value of 40 and a y value of 20, and I think that's all they were looking for right here. They wanted the two real numbers, and they already told us which one was x and which one was y because of the asymmetrical nature of that expression right over there. So that's the answer we were looking for here for number 5, guys. X was going to be 40 and y is 20.